In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. I was talking to him about it a little while ago. I made shake and bake. Like just use legit shake and bake in the air fryer. Fucking tits, man. Fucking it's awesome.
Did you help?
And I helped. I fucking love it. Well, so the jingle. Do you remember the jingle?
Fuck yeah.
I feel like chicken tonight.
Like chicken tonight.
Chicken tonight. Yeah. I couldn't remember where the fuck it was from. I'm pretty sure it's shake and bake.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's shake and bake.
All right, so that's 3 of us that said it. All right.
And
so
the one before that was, this is delicious. And it's like, it's shake and bake. And then the kid pops up and goes, and I helped. Because they handed the kid a fucking Ziploc bag and was like, shake this.
Yeah. He totally helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that works out really good if you have like, you know, Michael J. Fox disease.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely got the shakedown.
Well, that's like my father-in-law had Parkinson's.
That's the same thing.
And the last Christmas, well, that's Michael J. Fox. Yeah. But my last Christmas gift I gave him was an Etch-a-Sketch.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And he had like the best sense of humor anyway.
Oh, he thought it was fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's totally
really
worked.
funny.
Yeah. I gave him an Etch-a-Sketch and he literally was like, fuck you. But
I'd have been making cocktails and just been like, hold this.
Yeah.
Give a hand him a shaker.
Yeah.
Hold this.
Every
Fuck
time
boys, it's Thursday. There's a drink on the bar. There's sticks in our hands.
that can only mean one thing. John, what are we about to do?
boy.
We're about to masturbate, boys.
Hey. Which apparently TikTok and Facebook
TikTok
frown
doesn't
upon.
like it.
They frown upon that
TikTok
phrase.
let it last about 20 minutes and
Yeah.
then it was gone.
Some bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck
So-
it. Post it again. Full send.
You can be naked or you can make videos where you're replicating some cartoon cat breaking a dick off while she's fucking. But
Right.
you can't talk about masturbating.
Yeah.
That's a bridge too far.
I think there's a limit of the number of times you can say masturbate. I think we found that.
Yeah. It's a solid
16.
170. That's right. It's time for Freedom Friends Master Debate with us, the Freedom Friends. We debate the world's problems that we usually make up on our own. One mediocre topic at a time. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use the code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15% off. And,
Are they still in business?
Warfighter?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Last time I checked.
Yeah, I think they're still good.
Yeah.
I know they doubled their staff recently. That's pretty rough.
Right.
That's probably rough. So, but the 2 original guys are really annoyed with that shit.
I mean, these guys are dicks anyways.
Well, yeah. Whatever. They're paying bills.
Yeah. I'd fuck the short one though.
Oh yeah, he'd get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Have you seen the new twink?
I like
they got?
being the short one.
Have you seen the new twink they hired?
Yeah, there's not enough meat on there.
Not
for the
enough
other one.
bones on there. Yeah,
The other one though, shoulds deep.
dude.
The short one,
dude.
shoulds deep.
The cool thing about the
Got that-
twink,
Turn him into a muppet.
Got that
the cool thing about the twink is he's so young, he doesn't know what the after effects of being roofied is yet.
No, that's true.
Because he's like woke up and like been like fresh, ready to go. He has
Fucking
no
roofies
idea.
is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I've been taking that shit for years. I haven't been raped once.
Good point.
I mean, I was once, but it was
It
myself.
only works if somebody
so,
else gives it to you.
Yeah,
It didn't come with instructions.
should just call them groundies. It's groundies.
Flories.
Oh fuck, Justin, what's the topic? Jesus Christ.
I'm into dudes with tits.
Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. My bad.
That's true. That's the debate, right?
Way
No?
better than chicks with dicks.
So,
There's no such thing as chicks with dicks. It's only
Exactly.
dudes with tits.
All right. Fuck. Justin, what's the topic?
So this week's topic was submitted by Alan Hall on YouTube. He wants to know, does a goat exist in sports, or does it not exist because times changed?
Does it go?
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. Is there such thing?
Oh,
as
I
one
thought
or
we
no?
were talking about that like sport with the horses where they carry the dead goat and like slam it into those concrete circle things. Have you seen this shit?
I was thinking
it's like one of the most lethal sports on the planet.
Scott
I don't
was
think that's what
straight
he's
to
talking about.
The Middle East.
I was straight to the Taliban.
Yeah, well, that's where I was. I was like, you mean the
goat,
Mongolian
yeah,
shit where
the
they're like
goat
throwing
exists in
goats
sport.
and like.
Well, I will say that I am a firm believer that Tom Brady is the greatest fucking quarterback to ever play the game.
Compared to
you know
Joe
what?
Montana?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
On
And why?
rings
Because-
alone.
On
And
rings alone, dude. Like,
because I think this
and-
directly relates to the topic here.
and I think
So I guess we have to qualify this.
kinda
Is there a
solidified it
goat
last
in
year.
sports? Are we saying in modern sports? Like, is there a player right now?
No, I think he's saying
Is there such thing as a goat, or is it a useless term because times are always changing and sports?
No, there
are
is a
evolving?
goat. Like, I think anybody a fan of the sport, like anybody's going to tell you that Gretzky, the dude got
he's the great one.
and that was while he was playing.
Yeah.
I mean,
so if you take Gretzky and you put him in right now today,
He'd still
yes,
crush.
he's still going to fucking crush.
So
the
it's just
game.
like Jordan.
It's still
If
gonna
Jordan
crush
was
the game.
playing today, we'd be like LeBron who? I guarantee it.
I'm still like
Yeah.
LeBron. Who?
yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
So
you know,
the greatest thing about sports is they track stats.
Yep.
So they can put a figure to each person and then a ranking based off of performance, not just like that guy is cool, he's the best. It's like, no, if you look at his numbers, he's really not.
So
Like, he sucks.
for example, I knew an NFL player that played way back in the day, but I guarantee it was a caliber of like probably high school at the time.
100%, and I totally agree with you. And I think that's something that has to be like you brought up. You brought up.
I'll say
Jordan.
this about stats though.
Yeah.
I play fantasy football, right?
Yeah.
One of the greatest fantasy football quarterbacks.
You're not looking great this week, by the way.
No, I
buddy.
fucking know. Your wife kicked my ass this week. I fucked up on my
She's
lineup.
cheating.
Probably.
Just
I don't
so you
care.
know.
I don't give a shit. Okay,
I thought you were
She's
saying it was
cheating
going
the
to be
same
an
way
easy
I
week
cheated.
too.
no, I never count anybody out. Any given Sunday, bro. that phrase exists for a
She
reason.
had a hardcore Thursday waiver, like a hardcore wire waiver.
So,
anyways, you play fantasy.
So I play fantasy. One of the greatest fantasy quarterbacks to ever fucking for fantasy was Tony Romo.
Yeah.
The motherfucker made stats happen.
Yeah.
Now is he the greatest quarterback?
No.
Fucking far from it.
But I'm not saying
You know,
according to fantasy football, but you put Romo's stats up against
Oh, he doesn't even rank.
exactly.
He's not even making top 50. Like, it doesn't matter. Yes,
That's-
in fantasy,
that's
he's
points per yard.
No, I'm
per
talking
yard, he
about
does that.
overall stats of the
No.
person's career in the professional platform.
Yeah, he doesn't even rank.
Well,
And the reason being is that yes, he was consistent in fantasy.
I mean,
And
it's hard to rank them though when they're like, you know, he played for 10 years. Brady's been there for 22.
Well, you
it
know what?
doesn't
If
even-
the other dude played for 22, then maybe he'd be the fucking GOAT.
True.
But because he only lasted 10, whether it's personal reasons, professional injuries, whatever it is, he's not the fucking greatest of all time.
well, that's like Favre is going to go down as a legend.
Gunslinger.
But how many rings does Favre have?
But he has good stats.
But he has good
But he
stats.
played for fucking a
And
million years.
Like Favre on a fantasy basis, yeah, Favre is going to be really good for you because he's
Sure.
extremely consistent.
Yeah.
And that's actually what you want in fantasy. You don't want that all-star player from a team because he's not going to give you consistency. In fantasy, you actually just want consistent play.
True.
But as far as the argument of does a GOAT exist in sports? Yes, 100%. GOATs do exist in sport. You brought up Jordan. One of the big reasons Jordan would still annihilate today, regardless of the stats, is you need to look at the NBA at the time Jordan was playing
You fucking dick.
and look at the legends that were in the league
Yeah.
when Jordan was at his prime. And I'm not talking I'm going to go play baseball and come back and still whoop ass.
Yeah.
I'm talking Jordan at his prime. The legends that were in the league at the time were insane.
TikTok.
Hey, TikTok. I'm not holding your glass forever.
Thanks.
That was also the NBA was a far more physical league when Jordan. Could you imagine Jordan on the
All
fucking
this flopping shit now and all that.
on the planks today and didn't have to worry about any of the physical shit he had to deal with when he was playing?
I'd crush, dude. He'd
Oh my god, he'd
murder.
be untouchable.
Either that or he'd foul everybody. One of the two.
He actually never pulled fouls.
Yeah,
Like he
very-
was
very
fucking. He
rarely.
was very
Yeah.
rarely at the line.
Yeah.
The only time he was at the line when he was literally flying from the line to the hoop because, I mean, like and you can find it in like Nolan Ryan.
The Express.
That dude held the record forever for the most strikeouts, like the amount of no hitters, played for 19 years.
Yeah.
Like that dude, even when he played and
Beat
pitchers,
the fuck out of that one dickbag. Was
oh my
awesome.
God. Dude, even when he played in the league where he had to bat, he was still batting with like a 260 as a pitcher.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the dude was a legend.
It's like Greg Maddux that he's in that conversation.
Greg Maddux,
You know, there's a lot of players out there like that.
the Big Hurt. I mean, like
I'm not a sports guy.
yes,
So.
the GOAT phrase absolutely exists, and everybody's chasing it. Like I will tell you right now, there's a reason LeBron wears 23.
Oh yeah.
And it's because he grew up looking at Jordan and going, that's the goal. Is LeBron a hell of a player? Yes.
Sure.
Do I think that Jordan could show up at whatever age he is now and still school LeBron?
Yep.
Yeah,
I do too.
100%. I think he could do it on finesse.
Dude,
Like,
so
could
he
just-
did, and he pulled that shit like it wasn't even that long ago, like 5 years ago. Jordan showed up to a fucking to a camp, and there was some fucking hotshot player. I don't even remember who it was. He's still in the league. He's good. I don't even remember who it was, but he talked about it in an interview.
And he walked him.
About he
It's
just
like the
fucking
dude. It's like the dude wasn't even on the court.
yeah.
Like
and,
it was.
and he was like, "Oh, you want to do this? All right." He's like, "First to 5. Boom. Oh, you don't want to play first to 5? How about first to 10? Boom. How about fucking first to 20, bitch? Boom."
Yep.
And just like Jordan just fucking was like, "Don't ever talk."
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't ever." He's like, "Keep my name out of your fucking mouth," and handed him the ball and walked off the court like that.
Nice.
He was like, "Don't ever fucking compare yourself to me, bitch."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the motherfucker still got it, dude.
Do
Like,
goats exist?
that's some goat shit.
yeah, 100% goats exist.
Do you think Mike Tyson
Yeah.
would have a chance in today's?
Yes.
In his prime?
No.
no.
And today,
No, Tyson right now.
Yeah,
Tyson
right
right now.
I still think he'd fucking rock chins.
Dude, yeah, he rocks, dude.
So
Did you see that shit?
I mean, look at if you look at the greatest in any sport, right? You
Yeah.
guys were just talking about Jordan.
Sure.
Just walked into a camp, it's like fuck you.
Yeah.
Like Tyson, I guarantee. There's very few people that won't agree that like yeah he's gonna fuck everybody
There's
up
a
right
video.
If you're a boxer today and Tyson walks into your gym and says, "Let's do this,"
You're backing out.
well, you're gonna shit yourself whether
Yeah.
you back out or not. You know, like
There's a video
but-
from like 18 months ago of him working.
The fucking bag work.
Yeah.
No, it's the dude had the rib pads and the
yeah.
hand targets.
Yeah.
And fucking he just goes through like a standard routine, and I'm telling you right now, you can't see his hands.
Yeah.
Like they are so fucking fast, and the dude's like 58, and you don't want any of that smoke. Like that shit was
So here's
brutal.
a question: who's widely considered the greatest fucking boxer of all
that's
time?
what I was just gonna
Manny
Muhammad,
Pacquiao.
Muhammad Ali.
Manny Pacquiao.
Based on
You're
stats.
saying heavyweight.
Let's say heavyweight.
Heavyweight. I'm still giving it to Tyson.
wildly considered though that fucking Muhammad Ali was the greatest.
Ali. Well, if you ask Ali, sure,
Well,
because he said it over and over and over again
you
that
gotta
he's the
respect
greatest
that
of all time.
confidence. So,
But
well,
as far as
didn't Holyfield beat Tyson?
yeah, once.
once, yeah, and I'm not saying it's not like Tyson went undefeated,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but neither did Ali.
Yeah, Ali didn't either.
yeah.
And to be honest with you,
They Buster Douglas beat Tyson, and he was a fucking nobody.
Really?
And he beat Tyson. Yeah,
like,
one of the biggest upsets in sports history.
I don't know it.
I mean,
I remember watching it happen.
I'm gonna have to
Like,
watch
oh,
it.
but
fuck.
again, you have to look at the time. Like, if you look at who Ali was fighting, these guys were
Joe Frazier.
well, but he lost to Joe Frazier.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, Ali had losses too. One of the reasons that Ali is considered such a legend was the show that he put on. He was the first one to make people really care about boxing because he put on a show in addition
who's the
to
guy
it.
with the
George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yeah,
thank you.
Foreman Ali. There was another one.
Yeah, Foreman Ali.
That was a good
And-
time, right? Because they were all in at the same
well,
time.
and Foreman
And
knew
we
how
still
to
know
put
these
on
names,
the and
yeah.
Foreman knew how to put on the show too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tyson, however, I'm still going to say, as far as a heavyweight boxer is concerned, the GOAT is still Tyson.
I agree with that. I
Like,
do agree.
I mean,
It's like people say Brady, he's the GOAT. And people are like, no. He literally got traded to a team that didn't have fuck all and then took him to the Super Bowl and won.
Yeah.
Well-
and I now confirm that because I was a fan
Right.
of that team.
And one
what
thing
I think is hilarious
one
is now
thing
they're
I'll say
referring to
about
them as
Brady-
Patriots South.
I'm not a sports guy, right? I listened to a thing about Brady. He trains on his own,
Yeah, year round.
Yeah.
not even with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, year round.
Like that's either a trait of somebody who's an arrogant piece of shit that sucks, or the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, they did that fucking Facebook documentary about it. And it was fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
Like the shit he does, like he goes up to Montana for like 2 weeks every summer and just fucking hammers out training.
His wife.
Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure he's okay with Giselle.
and then there's Giselle.
Somebody somewhere is sick of her shit.
It's probably him.
I bet you it's an ex-boyfriend of hers that just hates his life and is wanting to off himself. The only time I think Brady's ever been sick of her shit is after that one Super Bowl loss when she was like, he can't throw it and catch it. And he was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's like all of us in New England are like, lady, fucking fuck off, man.
It's like, great comment, but shut the fuck up.
Jesus. Which I will admit, fucking, there were a lot of drop passes in that game that shouldn't have been dropped. Because he was fucking, like, Welker fucked him. Like, that's true, but still. Giselle, shut your fucking mouth.
But there's a lot of that. The question of, is there a GOAT in sports? Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, can that title get changed?
100%.
Yeah.
Sure.
And can it be argued?
And that's the best part about sports.
100%. Like, I brought up Gretzky.
The great one.
The great one.
Yeah. Look at Bobby Orr, though.
Right.
Look at Mario Lemieux.
Mario Lemieux. Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah.
A lot of those old guys. Pretty much the fucking Red Wings from the fucking 90s.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't mentioning anybody in recent times.
Sports now, man, it's actually...
I mean,
for the most part,
Marshawn's still playing.
We
Fuck.
talked about Brady and whatever, but sports now, it's just a different animal, man. Like,
Zdeno Chara.
a lot of those guys that we're talking about, too,
That's a man I would not want to fight.
but a lot of those guys we're talking about, I mean, the boxing world is a little bit different. Anytime you get into combat sports, there's a level of cockiness that has to come with that. A lot of the guys that we're talking about, though, they were so soft-spoken and they were so humble about it, and they let their work prove their value.
Yeah.
So much of it now, and the biggest problem that I have with all these guys trying to compare them to the greats and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, in 20 years from now, our players, that are going to come up and are going to look back at LeBron and go, yeah, sure, that was your idol when you were growing up because he was the hot shit.
Sure.
But even just before LeBron and some of the carryover and stuff like that, even here locally, you got to look at like Tim Duncan.
Timmy D, yeah, absolutely.
The dude was 4-time MVP. He's got 4 championships, like all this kind of stuff. But those guys were so humble and so soft-spoken and so just like, yeah, I do what I do. I'm good at what I do. And we did this, but they were so humble about it. And you look at these guys now, it's really hard to want to give them the amount of respect as an athlete because they're just such fucking jackasses the rest of the time that it's just like, fuck off.
Do you remember when HEB made Duncan cereal? Made Tim Duncan cereal?
Dude, I loved, and I'm a Spurs fan but I loved that era when it was like, it was Ginobili and it was Tim and it was fucking Tony Parker and even when the Admiral was still there at the beginning, when he handed the reins off to Tim Duncan and stuff like that.
Here's a good question.
But those guys were still doing like Ancira Chevrolet commercials and HEB commercials and shit. And it was just like, because this is where they're from. They're locals. Yeah. So.
And then you have like Olympic greats like Michael Phelps.
Fuck you.
The problem is, buddy, I know you hate him. He's probably going to go down as the GOAT.
Yeah. Like, he swims really fucking well, I know.
Although the funny thing
Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO, screw yourself that sweet fucking 15%. Fucking cocksuckers. Wellness.us for your CBD needs. Use that code FreedomFriends25. So you have a quarter off your order over there. But yes, are there goats? 100%.
Goats exist, and Phelps can still catch them hands right there.
Goddamn right. That's right. Goddamn right.
So, anyways, I will raise my glass.
Yeah.
Say fucking thank you for being my freedom friends.
Here's to the 4 the mediocre goats of the podcasting world.
Can you be a mediocre goat?
No.
As far as mediocre podcasts are concerned,
we are the goats.
We are the best we are the best at being mediocre.
Joe Rogan has nothing on this mediocrity.
Like, share, subscribe, smash those buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends.
Yes.
And we were looking for the GOAT of butthole scarves. So if you know anybody, submit that resume.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, really just 3 things, kids.
Yep. Words to live by.
Smoke
Mikey.
on. It's a smoke on. I
Scotty?
said.
Drink on.
And God damn it, boys.
Let's fuck this up some more. Freedom to fuck on.
Jesus fuck. What show do we do again?
I don't fucking know. Jesus.